Why is it important to consult an Israeli immigration lawyer before you get into trouble? Hi, my name is Joshua Pex, and a few weeks ago, a person came to me and said, I'm stuck in Israel, my wife and 3 kids is stuck outside, abroad, and we really obviously want to be together. What can we do? So I asked him more, like what happened actually? And he explained that he was born and grew up in Israel, but after being here for a few years as a young man after the military, he already moved abroad and he traveled and worked in different places. Finally, he settled in Bulgaria, he opened a business, he met a woman, a wife, they got married, they had 3 kids, and by now they've been married for almost 10 years. Never even came back to Israel for a visit. But recently he heard that his mother is sick, and he decided to come and visit her. And also, as a family, they were contemplating moving back to Israel, and he wanted to check the options. So he came to Israel. He was planning to be here for a week or 2, and he did spend time here. But when leaving, he discovered that at the airport he was not allowed to leave because there was an injunction order that didn't allow him exit to Israel. He had some sort of debt that he didn't even know about, and he was not permitted to leave Israel because of that. It happens sometimes in Israel. So this was a problem. He told his wife, and he understood it will take a few weeks at least to settle this issue. So his wife decided to come be with him because they didn't plan to be separated for so long. 3 relatively young children. She got on a plane, and mind you, when kids are born abroad to an Israeli father, they need to be registered as Israelis at the consulate abroad, usually within 30 days. But like many people, he never did that. So the kids were not registered in his name, they didn't have Israeli passports. So when they came to Israel, a woman, Bulgarian, with 3 Bulgarian children, they were asked by immigration, what is the purpose of visit? And she said, I'm coming to be with my husband. And she was denied entry because this is not the way that immigration wants, family reunification to happen. As you know, if you looked at other videos or the law, that usually the Israeli needs to invite the foreign spouse. It's a process. They need to prove the authenticity of the marriage, to bring the correct documents. So immigration officials at the Ben Gurion airport didn't like that. She was deported and sent back to Bulgaria. So at this point, he's here in Israel. His wife is in Bulgaria, and they're really in trouble. So obviously, many of these things could have been prevented if he would consult with a lawyer in advance. At this stage, we are able to help. None of these problems are that big, but they do take time. So first of all, we don't deal with it, but there are lawyers that can settle the debt, remove the exit, denial of exit order, and allow him to go back to Bulgaria if this is what he wants. Then he needs to act with the Israeli family law court in order to register the children on his name. By now, because it hasn't been done on time, it's a more complicated process that also requires a DNA test to prove that he is the father. And lastly, if they do plan on living in Israel, then he has to open a file with immigration and invite his wife and kids to be with him here in Israel. And also this is minimum a few months process depending on what bureau of the Israeli immigration Misrad HaPnim you go to. So what is the main conclusion of this story is that it's very, very useful and wise to consult with an immigration lawyer in advance before you get into trouble. It will also save you time and also a lot of stress and anxiety. So if you have any questions regarding immigration to Israel, please feel free to contact us.